Step 1. Your goals. Welcome back. This episode will help you work out what's important to you and how your support worker can help you do that. This can be a big, hard question for people to answer. Michael explains this really well here.
I think a lot of people, when they're asked that question, it's a little bit broad-based and they may not have a specific enough answer for the person.
Yeah.
And sort of then they get put under pressure a little bit and might panic and give a response that's not really thought out very well.
Yeah.
I think when someone has to set a goal and it's going to make a big difference in their future, it would always be good if the client or the participant has the opportunity to maybe have a think about it over a couple of days.
We've got a way to help you think through this big question. We think a better way to work out your goals, or we'd rather say work out what's important to you, is like this.
Like if you asked me, I kind of go a bit, oh geez, I don't know, I don't know what I'm doing today, let alone that kind of, putting you on the spot of what are your goals, what are your long-term aspirations, what are you, making. So I think that stuff is really important and we can get there, but I don't think we have to ask it in that way. What's your goal?
Yep.
So what we will try and do as well through this project is just try out some different ways of goal setting.
Yep.
But so
maybe to ask a question a little bit differently with different words.
Yeah.
We suggest you think about 3 different questions to work out what's most important to you. The 3 questions are: what do you want your support worker to know about you? How can your support worker support you to do something? And how should your support worker act with you? The workbook shows you how to think about answering these questions. Watch as Leah shows here.
This video can go one of a couple of ways that we're making. So it could be around a particular activity that James wants to participate in and what a support worker would need to know to help him meet that goal and to participate as fully as possible without pain as much as possible, without distress as much as possible. So it's kind of linking into those goals. So it could be around an activity, or it could be around more general things about what a support worker would need to know about communicating with James across the day, so not just particularly in a set activity, or things that James wouldn't want them to do. So I'm wondering about if you have a sense of what we might talk about first.
Working with James was a great example of working out what a support worker should know about me as the most important thing for his video. Take a look at how this happened with very direct involvement from James's key support worker, Andrew. You'll see how Andrew gets consent from James to work with him in this very direct way.
So we're doing this filming for you, James. So I guess other staff members and people who don't know you too well can have a bit of a reference or a guide to understand how you communicate. It can be quite a slow process for James to communicate if he's okay with that. Sort of always go through I guess these type of questions almost every day with James, just to sort of help remind him, hopefully get a little bit more information, and then also double check that what I understood James was communicating is right or wrong.
So if someone said to you, is it okay that you're speaking on behalf of James now? What would you say to that person?
I'd say probably yes, just because we have had that conversation, we've talked about in quite a lot of detail, and especially in the lead up to it, reminding James that this is going to happen and trying to find out what James thinks is important. When he's calm and relaxed and not tired, James will have a very clear nod and a very clear smile, and sometimes even a laugh as a yes response.
Michael's video is different. It's about how Michael would like to be supported to do an activity. Watch how Michael was supported to choose what's important to him for his video.
And can I ask you a hard question? Do you want to think about the future in this situation right now and think how you would like to be independent, what is dignity, being treated with dignity, or would you prefer that we say, what's a great day at the moment? If you had the perfect supports here even, what would you do?
Richard chose how a support worker should act with him as the main point for his video. Here's how Richard was supported to work out what was most important to him.
So what I want you to do is we're going to put a number 1 next to the thing that you'd most like to make the first video about. Okay, so you've got to choose between smoking, dressing, music or communicating, and tell me smoking. That's number 1. Okay,
number 1.
that was easy. What would number 2 be? We've got 4, we've got to put in order. Dressing, okay.
Once you've worked out the most important thing for your video, as well as any smaller things you'd like to tell your support worker, you're ready to move on to the next step. The workbook shows you exactly how to do this. We hope this video is really helpful, but we think it all works best when you watch the video and use the workbook together.